Welcome to Dependable Flame, where we explore vintage petrol lighters, ashtrays, tobacconiana, and other useful mechanisms. Make yourself at home. Today we have our most recent bundle of a lighter and some other paraphernalia that we are going to auction off in our penny start 100% to charity, and that charity is HDSA, Huntington's Disease Society of America. This is an organization that seeks to aid those who are afflicted with this horrible disease as well as their families. And as most of you probably know by now, this is the disease that claimed my father. Been about 6 years ago now, and I have since tested negative for the disease myself, but every child of an affected parent has a 50% chance of developing that disease. Something that can stay hidden for a long time. For whatever reason, in many families, it is not out in the open. It's kept a secret. People are afraid to talk about it. And then in other families like my own, we didn't know about it. My dad was the first that we were aware of in our family to have it. Then my brother and I both tested negative, so as far as we know, it ends there with my father. Whether or not we ever see it develop in any other limbs of the tree of our family is another story. It's something that I am a little bit curious about and something that weighs on me a little bit. But when I tested negative for this disease, I didn't really know where to go from there. It wasn't really an outcome that I had considered. And this was a cause that was near and dear to my heart and very important to me at that point. So that's why we have integrated this charity into everything that we do here at DependableFlame.com. Every auction that we sell, every listing on eBay, even the buy it nows, every single listing, at least 10% goes to the HDSA charity. And then we have, not on a regular basis, we try to do it, and we've done it for periods of time. I did it for probably the first couple of years after I created DependableFlame.com, and I've done it again for a pretty good period of time, I don't know, a couple of years ago. So we've had a couple of good strings of them, and then just a few weeks ago we started them back up again, these 99, or not 99 cent, penny start. They start at a penny, shipping is free. Whoever the winner is will get all three of these items: the Camel Zippo, the Camel Ashtray, really nice, and the Camel Daytona 95 hat or lapel pin. Now this is Tuesday morning, or actually early Tuesday afternoon when I'm recording this, and we have one of these penny start auctions ending tonight. It will have already ended by the time you see this video on Wednesday morning, but that's why I wanted to get this video up today, is so that I can go ahead and get the new penny start HDSA charity auction up and running, hopefully tonight on Wednesday. If not, then maybe Thursday, but I think I'll be able to get it up. But this is what you will be getting in this new auction: this Camel advertising ashtray with 4 rests and the Camel graphic logo carved out in the middle there. We have a really cool This is 1994 if you judge by the insert. The insert is marked X, I think CX. And you can't really read it on the outside, on the bottom stamp, because of the thick coat of paint that this lighter is embellished with. And it does have some blemishes, scuffs, scratches, paint loss, some to the hinge, dings, dents. Not a perfect lighter at all, but a good working lighter. And while it does have some blemishes, it's not in terrible shape. It's actually in pretty good shape. The hinge is still nice and tight. You've got a nick or two out of the paint, like I said, on the hinge, on these corners, but nothing just catastrophic. So I think this will make a nice auction for a Camel fan. This hat or lapel pin has some nice color to it. Looks like black and yellow paint. So I'm sure that this was related to NASCAR, with it saying Daytona 95. Be my guess anyway. I'm not a NASCAR fan. I don't know if there was a Camel car back at that time. I don't know anything like that. But if you're a Camel fan or a NASCAR fan, I'm sure that you do. It's a nice high polish type finish on the outside of this ashtray, and then the inside is sort of spun looking. I believe that is still plated just like the outside. The ashtray is obviously a casting, and it also has a sticker on it right there that says Made in China. I believe the lapel pin, yeah, that one is made in China. The others were made in Taiwan, the last two that we included in these penny start auctions. So that is the bundle. Nice chrome plated Camel advertising ashtray, along with the two-color painted lapel or hat pin for Daytona 95. And then a coated Camel advertising Zippo, which they can't make these anymore, by the way. Since the lawsuits, whenever that was, the late 90s, early 2000s. And this is not a bad finish. Kind of reminds me, it's definitely a thicker coat than what you see on the 540 color process lighters. And of course they don't do it on the bottom stamp anymore. They leave that area uncovered. So you can't really see. That does look like that might be a C on the left, so maybe it's exactly the same as the insert, because the insert says C and X. And also there you can see it is printed sideways. It says Made in Zippo, USA. So obviously I know that there are people out there that think that that is not correct, and that any insert that has Zippo stamped in the middle of that Made in USA like that is fraudulent. But they actually did those for a long time. Had them stamped like that back in the 50s. They had them stamped like that sideways in the 90s. And then horizontally on the insert in the early 2000s. So here is the newest bundle, Penny Start Charity 100% to HDSA auction. I'll provide the shipping, you pay the money, you get all of this, and the charity gets the money. Until next time.